will ever have to make as president.
All right, Jim, thanks for all of that. Let's discuss it now with CNN political commentator and Democratic strategist Paul Begala. He's a senior advisor for Priorities USA Action. That's a pro-Hillary Clinton super PAC. And Tara Setmayer, she's a former communications director for Congressman Dana Rohrabacher. Great to have both of you. Paul, let's just ask the question. Is Joe Biden getting into this race?
I have no idea. I have no idea. And you got to ask the vice president that. I think first off, I know he's a beloved figure in the Democratic Party and really across the country. I think everybody ought to give him the time and the space to make this decision. I'm for Hillary. I'm always going to be for Hillary. But it could be very good for the Democratic Party to have a robust debate. I do think Senator Sanders is providing that in a way that might irritate some of the Hillary people, but I love it. I think it's terrific. I think we need a robust debate in the Democratic Party. They're certainly having it on the other side, but on my side, it's a lot less negative. In fact, it's not negative at all.
Hey, Paul, what can you tell us about whether or not the Clintons have mended fences with the Obamas? Is that just golf because that's an easy way to spend time together and they both enjoy it? Or do you think this would really be a tough choice for President Obama to choose between his vice president and someone who ran against him and then eventually served him?
And his Secretary of State, right. I'm quite sure Jim Acosta's reporting is right about that. It would put the president in a really difficult position. But, you don't run for president and you don't become president if you don't want to make tough decisions. Again, I have no real insights. In terms of the Obama and the Clinton relationship, that was repaired a long time ago. It was very difficult when they ran against each other. I know because I talked to Hillary at the time. She came to really admire him in the of running against him. Hillary's a very tough person. She found the then Senator Obama to be very tough, and she was very proud to endorse him and campaign for him in 2008 in a way that I think surprised people. Took a little longer perhaps with her husband, but certainly at the 2012 convention you saw he gave probably the best speech of the campaign on behalf of Barack Obama, and I think they get along very well now.
Okay. Tara, your facial expression during all of this has been priceless. I wish we had a camera trained on it.
If Paul were here, I would just pat him on the back and say, great attempt of trying to play this down. The Hillary camp is worried that if Joe Biden comes into this race. He's a better retail politician than her. He's more beloved than she is. If you put those two out there and you see the contrast between the way Hillary's disposition is with voters and how she does the retail politics versus Joe Biden, Uncle Joe, people love him everywhere he goes. I've spent time around them. I've seen the way he works, and I'm telling you, they're worried. And the fact that there are so many people in the Democratic Party, insiders, in the last month, it was even reported over the weekend, they're looking at the situation going, we're starting to be concerned between Hillary's problems with her emails, between what Bernie Sanders has been able to accomplish. I mean, this is a socialist, for goodness sakes, who's running around catching fire, and Hillary is slipping, and people, they are concerned. And I appreciate Paul. Of course, he's a loyalist, and he's going to try to play it down, but there is no doubt in my mind that if Joe Biden gets into the race, he will upset the apple cart in a way that
there's a problem for you guys, too, if he gets in the race.
Actually,
he sizes up on a lot of levels. You're not going to chase him about emails all day.
Well, no, we're not, and I think that it will be a little bit, it'll be a different approach, but I still think that we would win. I mean, Joe Biden has his issues in and of itself.
So
but
what's
from
he
the
waiting
Democrats,
for? I mean, he's always wanted to be president. Then what's he waiting for if it's that good?
I think it's a family decision. I think it's been tough on his family, and that family's very important to the Bidens, and so I think that he's really given the death of his son, and it reported that dying wish for him to run again. I think that's weighing very heavily on his heart, and I think that he's giving it a serious consideration, and I actually hope he gets in the race.
Of course you do.
Very
Paul,
interesting.
What do you think about Donald Trump coming forward? We asked him about his situation with women. He says, I take care of them the way that matters. I hire them, and I pay them when they deserve it, the way they deserve it. They gave us numbers about it. He's issuing a challenge to everybody else. Do you think that Hillary's, whether it's the Clinton Global Initiative or her campaign staff, you think she can stand up to that kind of scrutiny and show that she puts women in positions of power and pays them as well or better than men?
Oh, yeah. Now, she doesn't run the Clinton Global Initiative. That was her husband's
but
deal.
She's connected to it.
Certainly, I think you ought to look at things she has run. Her Senate office, her campaign now, the time she served as Secretary of State. I think it's absolutely legitimate to take a look at it. But if the standard is who's going to be best for American women, I think Hillary Clinton will win this in a landslide.
Well, I hope Hillary Clinton produces the numbers on who she pays and how much, because it wasn't equal pay in her Senate office, and that's been reported on. So I hope you get the opportunity, Chris, to ask her and challenge her the same way you did Donald Trump, because she should answer for it.
Karen, let me ask you about what Trump has now laid out in terms of specifics about his immigration plan. Let's put a few up there on the screen. He would make Mexico pay for the border wall. He's now spelled out a little bit more how he would do that with charging higher rates for visas and things like that. He would deport all criminal aliens and their families. He would defund sanctuary cities. He would end birthright citizenship. Does this go far enough for your party?
I think that. Well, no. I mean, I'm pretty hard line on immigration reform, particularly illegal immigration. I worked for a congressman from California for 7 years. I saw firsthand how devastating illegal immigration is to the state of California, particularly. I mean, $25 billion a year alone on illegal immigration in the state of California. So I understand it. I get it. And I think the American people are very upset that the way the immigration system has been has seemed to have given priority to people who should not be in this country at all. From benefits to jobs, this is a problem, and the American people are rightfully upset about this. So what Trump is doing, he's touched that nerve, and finally he's given us something so we can talk about it.
He's touched the nerve, but the bar for you and your side, and Paul, you and your side, is going to be the fix, right? Right. There's some of this that smacks of an infeasibility, all right?
Sure.
But more than that is, why is nobody coming up and really owning that E-Verify? I don't know if you've seen his memo, but dealing with E-Verify is like literally a line item in this. But at least it's in here.
Yep.
But why don't you guys, or why doesn't Hillary come out and say, here's my immigration agenda. I'm going after the employers. If you hire someone and you can't tell me that they are legal, I'm coming after you criminally, just like I come after them.
Absolutely.
Why do you guys,
no, they should absolutely do
that. But nobody
that.
owns that position. Everybody wants to be nice to the deep pockets.
Well, you have the chambers of commerce, and you have the corporatist Republicans who are in bed with folks that want
would not have the problem
labor.
if they could not find jobs.
Chris, I agree with you 100%. And I would hope that our Republican candidates would come out stronger on workplace enforcement, because it's one of the magnets here. They come here to get jobs.
Magnet.
One of the biggest magnets. Also, public benefits and the fact that they get free education because of birthright citizenship. That is a huge problem, because people come here, they have babies, and the kids are eligible for all of our means-tested welfare programs, which cost an enormous amount of money. So there's several things. But I agree with you, Chris, 100%, that workplace enforcement is huge, which has gone down, by the way, under the Obama administration significantly.
Tara, Paul, we have to leave it there. Thanks so much for weighing in. Great to see you guys.